Okay, here in this second video, we're going to complete the tax return for the hares. We filled out that summary sheet. The only thing that we had left was the fact that down here in the instructions, you're told that the hares received $2,400 for their first stimulus check and $1,200 for the second. And so when we are going to our summary sheet, okay, they were married filing joint, so each one should have received $1,200 apiece. So that's a total of $2,400 for the first one, and they should have each received $600 apiece for the second one. So that's a total of $1,200, and that's exactly what they did receive. So we put a note to ourselves that they received all their stimulus checks that they were supposed to get. If there's something missing, we would have put a note about that so that we could do the recovery rebate credit. All right, so now we have our summary sheet, and we're ready to go to complete their tax return. And so okay, we can go into our 1040, okay, and we know that they're married filing jointly, okay. 10 Hare. Now, if Bev Hare is actually Beverly on her Social Security card, then that's what we should be putting in. Also, realize that we could have put Bev first and then Ken. That's okay, as long as you keep the Social Securities and everything straightened out, okay? But here I put Ken first, and so when I go to my summary sheet, okay, we don't need this quite yet, sorry. Okay, we need the Social Security number and the Boatman's Green Creek dividends are in Ken's name, and also the Boatman's Bank is in Ken's name. So his Social Security number is going to be on here, 465-579934. Shoot. 465-579934. Okay. And Bev 6557. I think I still don't have that right. Okay, here we go. 465-579934. 465-579934. 5799. Okay, we've got Ken's correct. Now we can put in Bev's. Okay, now Bev has a W-2, so we'll pull hers off the W-2. Hers is 46574. And 3321. Oopsie. Okay, 465-743321. 465-743321. Always double, triple check those Social Security numbers. You get one wrong, and boom, you got a zero. So or if it's the IRS, they'll just reject the return. Okay, now we need the address, and that's 3567 River Street. 5, 6, 7 River Street. I do like you to spell it out. A, and that's Springfield. That's Missouri, which is MO. And there's zip code 63126. Okay, it didn't say anything about the presidential election campaign. If you want to assume that they said yes for homework problems, you can do so. But if the homework problem ever tells you that definitely they want it, then you have to make sure those are checked. Okay, at any time did you receive, sell, exchange, etc., a virtual currency such as Bitcoin? Okay. We would have, of course, in real life asked them that question to make sure that we got a yes or no answer. Okay? Nobody else can claim them. They don't file separately, so that's all blank. They were under 65, and they were not blind, so we leave that blank. And they didn't have any dependents, so we leave that whole area blank. So we go to line 1, which is our wages. Now here's where we're going to start using our summary sheet. So our total wages is $52,875. Okay, $52,875. And if you want, we can also go ahead and put the FIT $49.50. And that goes on the second page, W2 FIT $49.50. Okay, next line is interest. So here underneath, I can put some kind of asterisk. All right, I'm not sure what that just did. Okay, put some kind of check mark if you're doing this by hand. I put an asterisk to show that I use those two numbers. Now, I didn't use the SIT. If we were in real life and we were doing their Missouri state return as well, then I would need that number, but I don't need it right now for the 1040. Okay, so the next thing was the 643 for interest. And they also have tax-exempt interest from the city of St. Louis of $1,000. Okay, so the taxable interest goes here, the 643. The tax-exempt interest goes on to $1,000. So that $1,000 is not being added in with their taxable interest, but the IRS still wants to know about it. So it's off here to the side, where it's not added in, but they still want to know about it. The next line on the 1040 is dividends. So I go to my summary sheet and put an asterisk there. And put an asterisk next to the 1,000, so we took care of those. Okay, you're going to want to make sure everything has an asterisk or it's something like SIT that you don't need. Okay, so our next thing is the dividends, and we got 301 of ordinary, 301 of qualified dividends. Okay, so line 3A is the qualified dividends. Line 3B is the ordinary dividends. Okay, if those two numbers are different, then you have to make sure you've got them in the right place. Okay, and so we can go back here and we can put asterisk, asterisk. We got both of those done. Okay, we got one thing left, the state of Missouri unemployment of 1825. Okay, now there's no line on the front of this 1040 that says unemployment, but there is this line 8. It says other income from Schedule 1, line 9. So we need to go to the Schedule 1. If we have incomes that don't belong on the front page, we go to Schedule 1. Here we go. We have to put the names, and whoever was first, I had put Ken first, so I put Ken, and then Ann, Bev, Air. Your Social Security, so whoever was first, 46557. Now here, you have to put in the little dash, 46557 dash 9934. Okay, so there's our Social Security number, and if we go down these additional incomes in Part 1, we'll see line 7, unemployment, and that was 1825. We don't have any other incomes on our summary sheet, so our total on line 9 is 1825. These down here in Part 2 are adjustments. We don't have any of those. We just leave those blank. But we do have combined lines 1 through 8, which we did. That's 1825. Enter here, and on Form 1040, line 8. So we go back to our 1040, line 8, and that was 1825. Okay, now we're down to line 9. It says add lines 1, 2B, 3B, etc. This is your total income. So we're going to add the 52,875 wages, and the 643 interest, and the 301 dividends, and the 1825 from Schedule 1. That's 55,644. Okay. Adjustments, any adjustments that were on Schedule 1, we didn't have any. Charitable contributions, this is a new thing for 2020. If you take the standard deduction, but you contributed some, you can show a deduction for up to $300 for the year of cash contributions that you made, that you have receipts for. Okay? Now, they didn't say anything about making any donations on the hair, so we'll leave that blank. And so, total adjustments go on line 10C, that's still blank. Line 11, subtract 10C from 9. This is your AGI. So 55,644 minus 0 is 55,644. Standard deduction for married is 24,800. And line 13 is a QBI, which we won't talk about till later in the semester. And so add lines 12 and 13, it's still 24,800. And then when I take the 55,644 and I subtract the 24,800, I get 30,844. Okay, so here is where we're going to stop this video. As we go on, we get to the tax situation. And before we do that, we have to remember your little note to yourself. If you have qualified dividends, you have to fill out the qualified dividends worksheet before you figure out this tax. The qualified dividends worksheet is what's going to tell you is on